Hello, I'm Karen Wegerbauer. I'm Josh McFadden's mom. Josh came here in '06 and started going to church and turned his life around, was doing really well. He was working for J&S Construction. Last year in March of '09, he was having chest pains. I took him to the emergency room. They done x-rays and everything. He called us back the next day and said he had a fullness in his lung. He needed to get a CAT scan. We did that. They said he had a mass the size of a tennis ball that he needed to see a surgeon and have it removed. We went to the surgeon and he scheduled a surgery date to have it removed. It was going to be like open heart surgery. The mass was actually between his lungs and his chest. So 2 days before surgery was scheduled, he went for his pre-op blood work. His blood cell count was 115,000 and his white cells, and it should not have been over 11,000. They called me and said, please get him here immediately. He's got to be put in the hospital. I rushed him to the hospital. They admitted him and told us that it looked like he had cancer. He would not be having surgery. 2 days later, April 23rd, 2009, he was diagnosed with lymphoblastic leukemia. He battled leukemia. He went through his chemo treatments. He battled losing his hair, having sores in his mouth, getting sick, having trouble walking at times. He battled all of that. And then in February of '09, he was diagnosed that his leukemia was in remission and that they didn't need to finish out his chemo treatments. But during the process, he had a lot of infections. He was hospitalized different times for that. In January, he got an infection in his head from a mild reservoir that they put in for his treatments, and that had to be emergency removed. The 1st of March, he got blood clots, multiple clots in both lungs, and had to be hospitalized for that. And then March 28th, due to being on the Coumadin for his blood thinning, he had a massive stroke, bleeding on the brain, and was hospitalized for that. When Dr. Cruz came in, he told me that he was blunt, going to be up front with me. He told me Josh was dying, that he was not going to live, that he was going to die. He said his temperature was dropping, his pupils were fixated, he had a massive stroke, he had bleeding on the brain, and that his blood was too thin to operate. And it was like somebody just punched me in the stomach and took out all my oxygen and all my air to hear those words. And Dr. Cruz said, let me go check on him a few minutes. And he said, I'll be right back. He came back and he said that he had improved a little bit. He had some brain activity at that time and his blood had clotted a little bit, that they could do surgery, but if they did, he would probably die in surgery. If he lived, he would be a vegetable or brain damaged, and he would never be able to function as an adult, and that he had a 10% chance of making it through surgery. And it broke my heart. I cried, I prayed, and then it come to me, though, that I had a win-win situation. Either God was going to pull him through the surgery and he was going to be okay, or he was going to go on and be with God, and he was going to be even better. So Dr. Cruz said, what do you want me to do? And I said, I want you to save my son, and he did the surgery. The surgery lasted around 2.5 hours. Dr. Cruz came out and said it went far better than he imagined. He said that he stopped the bleeding, and he said Josh then had a 50-50 chance. The next day, Dr. Cruz done a brain scan. He came back and said it looked far better than he ever hoped for. Josh then had a great chance of survival. Really, I think, changed Dr. Cruz's life also, because in the beginning he was very blunt. He would just come in and say what he needed to say and then go back out the door. Now he started to come in and he'd look at Josh and smile, and he wanted to check Josh's eyes to make sure they were focusing correctly, and he looked at him and said, beautiful, beautiful. And every day he would come in and he would have something like that great to say. And then when Josh woke up, Josh put a show on for him in the morning. He woke up smiling and nodding and answering him and everything. And Dr. Cruz calls him El Gato, which is cat in Spanish, because he says Josh has 9 lives. So now when Dr. Cruz sees Josh, he's patting him on the back, he's smiling, and you can see that this has absolutely made a difference in Dr. Cruz's life, because Josh is a miracle from God.
I had leukemia last year, and God brought me through it. I became in remission this year, and then I had a massive stroke in the month of March, and now I'm in recovery from. Right now I'm in a rehab center, Cookville Rehab Center, across from the hospital. But I go home next week, next Wednesday, so I'll be coming to church on the following Sunday and giving God all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. Also, while I'm here, I've just had God grow so much in my heart that at each meal I lead prayer for the folks here in the rehab center. And I I brighten their day, especially to see such a young man like me speak about the Lord and give prayer. I really touch people, and I know God's got a plan for me. I don't know what exactly it consists of yet, but God's got a plan for me. He's brought me through too much in my lifetime.
Just after 4 weeks of being in intensive care on life support, when I was told that Josh wouldn't live, he was moved out of intensive care to the 4th floor unit. After being there for 1 week, he moved over to the rehab center after just 5 weeks of not being told he was not going to live. 6 weeks now, he's in his 2nd week at the rehab center. He's walking, he's talking, he's doing wonderful, and it's just a blessing, because we didn't think we would get to see this day, and it's happened thanks to God in just 6 short weeks.
I am the God that He left thee. I am the Lord, your healer. I sent my word and healed your disease.